It's a damp Thursday morning in early June and I'm on the train again. This time it's Bicester to Aberdeen to see a friend, and along the way I hope to answer one of the great questions of rail fanning. Were the older trains any better? You see, going to Aberdeen gives me the last chance in the UK to ride on the famous HST, the Intercity 125, the iconic express trains from the 1970s and 80s. I'll be doing that back to back with an Azuma, the current generation of high-speed trains, so it's a good chance to compare the two. So in the morning it's off up to Bicester North Station to catch the train to Marylebone, followed by a couple of tube trains to King's Cross before boarding my Azuma to Edinburgh. From there a ScotRail HST will take me to Aberdeen. The Intercity 125 was credited with saving the British rail network, turning round its reputation from the bad old days of the early nationalisation years. There's no doubt that an HST is a fine train. It can go at 125 miles an hour, it has comfortable air-conditioned carriages, and given a good stretch of track, it has decent ride too. They've been retired from the majority of the UK network over the last few years, with the last holdouts still running services from Edinburgh and Glasgow to the north east of Scotland. I'm told these services will end in 2027, so ride one now while you can. Meanwhile, the Azuma is LNER's version of the Hitachi A-Train units. It seems to have much better seats than its cousin on the Great Western Line, and it's a modern high-speed train that's a comfortable and smooth experience to ride in. I'm soon watching Hertfordshire and Bedfordshire slide past my window. I sat in mine for over 4 hours with no stiffness, which is quite an achievement. The space is a little constrained though, with poor legroom for someone my size and too little width for my liking. The coaches have 2 toilets each though and are pretty quiet. Stepping into the HST at Edinburgh was a mixture of the familiar old and the new. The inside of the coach and the seat layout hasn't changed, but the seats are modern with a ScotRail maquette. Legroom is good, and though these seats are harder than the Azuma ones, they're not the torture of those on the west of England Hitachis. The line up to Aberdeen isn't a high-speed one. The track curves around and feels all bumpy. The maximum speed I saw on my GPS was 98 miles an hour near Carnoustie, and it felt much faster as the train swayed around. I can't blame the HST for the state of the track though. I've ridden in enough of these back in the day and found them smooth as silk. What I had forgotten though was the constant squeaking from the joins between carriages. This was just one of those things of taking an express train back in the day, but is so completely gone that I'd forgotten it. Having ridden both today, I'd say the Azuma was the more comfortable experience, probably due to the better track, but also because this HST is near the end of its life. Of course it's a bit noisy, even though ScotRail have done a good job of keeping it in good shape. The Azuma's the better train, but am I glad I took the HST up to Aberdeen rather than catch a through Azuma service? Of course I am. This might be my last chance to ride one.